Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show tonight. Tonight's guest, we have Greg McDowell, returned citizen. This man did a number of years in CDC years ago. He's been out for a long time. But we want to have him on the show and allow people to know that you can do it if you want to. So we want to bring on Greg McDowell and thank him. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Wendell.
Right. Pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to be here with you, brother.
Yeah. I was just telling the audience that you did a long period of time
Yeah,
in CDCR, but it was years ago.
yeah. 74
'74. You've been out
since 1983.
since
It's
'83.
actually 9 years, 11 months, and 13 days. I didn't count the hours, but that's 10 years to me.
That's
and-
10 years. That's 10 years.
And it was some stupid stuff. 'Cause,
Yeah.
back in the day, that's what we did, dumb stuff.
Right. Let me ask you a few questions, and then we're gonna let you have the show. What did you go to prison for?
Murder,
Murder. You had first degree, second degree.
second.
Okay. And how much time were you sentenced to?
On the murder beef, they sentenced me to 5 years and 8 months. I had assault too, where I shot up and paralyzed someone. They gave me sick. They gave me more time for assault than they did for murder.
Okay. So you actually got 5 to life.
Yeah,
Okay. At that time, they were giving 5 to life, 1 to life, on
and
and
they
on.
gave me actually a 10 to life. They ran them consecutive.
Okay. And you did.
Gun
You,
beef.
and the time that you did was how much time did you do on 5 to life?
They gave me 5 years and 8 months for the murder, and 6 years for the assault.
Okay. Where'd you do your time?
Did 2 years in Tracy. I did the rest in San Quentin.
Okay.
It was close to the house.
Okay.
And I was very young then, and at the time, they used to only take you if you was 25 unless you had a serious case.
Right.
And mine was considered serious. And San Quentin was closer to the house, and
Right.
I had friends up there, and homeboys make your time a little easier.
Exactly. Now, when you went to prison, the time you went to prison, can you remember how many prisons there were then?
Well, the only maximum security pens was San Quentin and Folsom. It was only 2.
Okay. So it was this. So at that time it wasn't that many people in the system.
Well, no, not actually. San Quentin was overflowed when
Okay.
I was there. They had been past their maximum. That's when they started putting 2 men's in death row cells and stuff.
Okay.
But when I first got there, we was having single cells. I had a single cell for 5 years, and then they just forced somebody into your cell. You didn't have a choice. If you didn't pick someone, they would just put somebody in your cell.
Yeah.
And you don't want to live with somebody you don't know. When,
Right, definitely.
that can make your time a little
Right.
longer.
Right. It definitely can.
Yeah.
Definitely can. Now you when you went in the system, let me ask you a question. When you went into the system for the crime you went into the system for, how did you feel about that crime? I mean, and when I'm asking you, how do you feel about it? Did you feel that you got a raw deal on your sentencing, or did you feel that you got a just deal?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Wendell. The whole 10 years I was in jail, I was around people that was saying they got me wrong, man. I didn't do what they said I did.
Right.
And I'm gonna win this on appeal.
Yeah.
Check this out. Everything they said I done it. Okay? I was guilty.
Okay.
All right? I just wanted to get it over with.
Right.
But I didn't get no raw deal.
Right. Okay.
I got a good deal.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And the reason I ask that because see, going into the system, as young men going into the system, we go into the system and we think that we got a raw deal and I'm going in, I'm gonna do whatever I do and I get out sooner or later.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people think.
And you know what, Wendell? It's a lot of brothers, man, that came up with us that are gone now that really had raw deals.
Yeah.
I felt like yours was
Right.
a bum deal,
Definitely.
And I got other friends that I know for a fact that what they're accused of, what they doing time for, they didn't necessarily do it. They might have been there
Yeah.
and been aware of it, but they didn't do it.
Right.
And I can honestly say I believe most of them, but you might have not got caught for what you did, but you was in there and you did do something wrong.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, it kind of balances out. Nowadays, where they throwing out time, man, it's just ridiculous.
They're
It's
getting out
ridiculous.
too much time.
You know. And two of my closest friends, you and you know the other one I'm talking about, man, y'all was doing decades, man. And I thought it was foul. And the situations always be something that a man finds a way to live with it and deal with
Yeah,
it.
you have to
Okay?
do it.
Because kids run,
Yeah.
but men stand up.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Okay?
I mean, I tell people that you can't go in there and jump off the cliff if you know
No,
over with.
no.
So you got to do the
You
time.
got to stand.
Right,
You
gotta
got
do
to
the time,
stand.
You know, but they had a study at Stanford University that long periods of time it don't work.
No.
You keep people in prison 20 years,
No.
30 years, 40 years.
No.
It don't work. Right.
And see, the system's not meant to deter you from crime.
Right.
The system's only meant to lock you up.
Exactly.
And that's all they do. They just lock you up. They don't afford opportunities for you if you are going to be released at some point. When I got released out of San Quentin, I wasn't given any direction. They didn't say, look, Greg, go here. And they hire people that went to jail. Go here and put in an application. They dropped me like I was an alien.
And that was it.
Yeah, and I went for myself.
Right.
But I chose to stay free.
Right.
Not saying I never done nothing else wrong, but I made it where my chances of success was 99.9.
Right.
Okay, and if I did get caught,
Yeah.
they was gonna slap me on the wrist and say, "Go do this couple of years." But I was never gonna get tricked into another murder beef that I get caught doing.
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
You know.
That's right. Well, we got. You come home from prison, and I remember when you came home. You was doing outstanding.
Yeah.
You got a job at the liquor store.
Yeah.
You know, and you were doing outstanding, and you continued, right?
Yeah.
You continued. And the reason why I said you continue because you still out here,
Yeah.
right? You still out here,
And
and
I
it's
was
been
fortunate.
years.
I was fortunate in Wendell. I had a mother that cared. I had some friends that had my back, that was with me through the drugs and without the drugs, okay? Because support is what kept me here,
Exactly.
all right? I had the love of a good woman. I said women, and that's what I meant. It was more than one,
Right.
you know, because I've usually had a 7-year thing. When after 7 years, the romance is gone.
Right.
But I've been in a 27-year relationship now, you know, and I got grandkids that love and adore me, and I'm paying attention to what they looking at when they look at me as a man, you know, and I want them to feel like granddad is the example. They don't know about that Greg that was shooting people,
Right.
you know.
Right.
They know about the granddad that take them to the park, take them to the zoo,
Right.
take them fishing trips. That's what they know.
Right.
And that's part of my sobriety, you know, and my staying free, because my freedom all hinged on whether I was hooked or not, because I've been a drug user. I was a drug user for 35 years of my life, you know, and drugs and jail go hand in hand.
Sure does.
We know that.
Sure does.
You know, eventually the drugs gonna make you do something that's gonna send you to the penitentiary. And I managed to avoid it, okay? And with the love of my grandkids, and I got some real close friends, they like brothers and sisters to me. And my kids are doing all right, you know. My problems are minimal, okay? My biggest problem is what to wear when I get up in the morning.
Right.
You know, and but that comes with maturity, man.
Sure.
You know, I've matured so much, man, and it all started happening after I was released, because I seen how easy it was to go. You know, going to jail is easy. Any
Really easy to get
dummy
caught
can
up.
go to jail.
Really easy to get caught up, sure.
You
is.
know,
Yeah.
and a partner of mine say the stupidest person he know was himself.
Yeah.
You know, and I turned to adapt to that. I said the stupidest person I knew was me, man,
Yeah.
because I knew what I was doing was wrong. I came from a family my mother and father worked.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't have to steal.
Do it.
I got $20 allowance a week.
Yeah.
You know, back when we was going to school,
Yeah.
$20 a week, man.
Some money. Yeah.
Go to the show
Yeah.
and all of that, and have a bag full of candy.
Sure
You know,
would.
so I chose to do what I
It
did.
was a choice. It was
Yeah.
a choice. Yeah.
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 And we stayed in the projects, but most of my life we stayed in a home that
Right.
we owned.
Right.
You know, so uh, it's not necessarily the environment or the house that you're in.
Mhm.
It could be the person himself, because I always was the kind of guy, I didn't follow people.
Mhm.
You know, I chose my own paths.
Right. Right.
Okay, I had friends that were more street sense than I was sometimes, where I watched what they were doing, but I was next to them. I wasn't behind them.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
and that's basically what's kept me free, choosing my path,
Right.
not following someone else's.
Right. Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
so when I make a mistake, it's only one person
Right.
that I can blame.
It
That's
falls,
Greg.
falls on you. Falls
Yeah,
on you.
yeah.
Now, over the period of years, you've been in the Free Society. What have you done in your life to make your life meaningful of being here?
Well, you know, I sing, okay? And in the Bayview district, man, I've sang at 1,000 funerals. And, you know, I'm giving an easy number. And I used to be kind of torn about, man, I'm tired of, you know, and free, okay? You don't ask a painter to paint your house for free.
Right.
Just because I sing, don't ask me to sing for free.
Right.
But when I'm singing for the Lord, I can't make no mistakes.
Right.
And my pay is the joy of singing.
Right.
Okay, so my legacy that I'm really leaving is the fact that one thing to know about Greg McDowell, boy, he can sing.
Right.
And I even made a recording for my funeral, singing at my funeral.
You made a recording for your
Yeah, I'm singing at my own funeral. So that's what I'm leaving, man.
Yeah.
I'm leaving behind a brother that looked out for you when you was gone. You know, the last thing that happened in your lifetime was Greg sung you up out of here.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay, and that's not no big legacy, but it's important to me. You know, because it's not what you do, it's how you do
How you
it.
do it? How
You
do
know,
it? Right.
and I think I'm doing a fine job with my life right now.
Sure you are. Sure
You know,
you are.
I'm comfortable and I'm happy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I see people around the neighborhood, and I see them, and they kind of like giving up on things.
Yeah.
You know, you see a lot of people that say, "Man, my goodness, he ain't doing what he should be doing. He got a life. He out here. You know." And I say out here because, see, if you own this side of the fence, this side of the wall,
You always
you
got
got
a chance.
opportunities. You got a chance to do things.
Always got a
You know,
chance.
and I made a promise. If ever I made it on that side of the fence again,
Yeah.
I was gonna do something else that made a meaning.
And you're doing it.
Right. Because I got to give back.
Yeah.
You know, I got to give back. I took a lot from this world when I was out here.
Yeah.
Right. But I got to give back for the rest of my life because I made a promise to my old girl.
Yeah.
She left.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
I know.
And I'm gonna keep that promise.
And you know what, Wendell? And I don't want to make this about you because it's supposed to be about me.
Right.
But I am so proud of you, man, because you weathered the storm.
Thank
You got back in time to see Mama
Exactly.
before
Exactly.
she left,
Yeah.
and she was able to see my son. My son is stronger than even I anticipated.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you got her praise. You got her blessings
Yeah. I got a
before she
blessing.
left
I got
here.
a blessing. I got a blessing.
You know, because I've been
Yeah.
hollering at Wendell
Yeah.
for years. What's happening with Wendell?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I tell people I knew I was coming on. I didn't know when.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I didn't know when. I know sooner that's gonna come on.
But you know what, Wendell? When I was in the penitentiary, one of my prayers, because I prayed a lot in San Quentin, you know, and I didn't mind somebody passing myself seeing me
Sure,
pray.
sure,
Because, you know, we grew up in the church,
Right,
man.
right.
You know, we strayed. And my prayer to God was this: when I leave, let it be without a tag on my toe
Exactly.
in a black bag.
Exactly.
Let me walk out,
Exactly.
because I rode in on the bus.
Right.
Let me walk up out of here. And when I hit the gate, I want a gold champagne.
Right.
And when I got to the gate, that's when my mama handed me
Just
a
that.
gold
That's
champagne.
right.
And that's how I rode back to San Francisco.
Champagne.
Gold champagne. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
But people, when we leave the penitentiary, sometimes we think that we don't have the opportunities because we were locked up in jail. And in some cases, that might be true. But you got to keep going to door to door to door, Wendell. If one door slam in your face,
Go to the
you
next
can't turn around and just give up.
Go to the next one.
You know, I've committed myself to picking up cans at some point. You know, it wasn't my number one hustle. I was driving a Cadillac, but I had a truck full of cans in plastic.
Right.
Okay,
That's right.
every nickel count.
Every nigga count. That's right.
And I worked on jobs when I left out the penitentiary. I was making $5 an hour, man. One job I was making $30 a day. Okay, but you know what? That $30 put some food on my table every day.
Right.
Okay, because I had 2 kids and a wife at that time, and she was working. And you know, our rent was subsidized, so I got away with that. But I never dealt with food stamps. You know, not saying that I didn't buy them on the street, but it's not been easy the whole time.
Well, out here, like I said, you made it through the storm.
Yeah.
You made it to the other side, and you can look back. You say the rough waters, then the smooth out.
I'm comfortable.
You're comfortable. You're comfortable. You know, we made it to the rightful age.
65.
You know, and like I say, tell the people all the time, I made it.
Yeah.
You see, I made it, and I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna weather through the storm.
Think of how many kids, man, our partners, grandkids, not their kids, their grandkids, that's not seeing 18 years old, man.
Exactly.
Down in Double Rock, where I came from, it's a lot of kids that when I came home from the penitentiary, they was just being born. They were babies. And Wendell, they're gone,
They're gone.
right now. When I go inside the store, all you see is obituaries everywhere. And the obituaries, when you look at the dates say
They're
80 something,
They're babies.
and they died before 2005.
They're babies.
You know, and they think that it's something important with violence. You know, violence has an importance to it. I heard a girl yesterday in Safeway, coincidentally, this was said, I was talking to Ward about it. She said to somebody on the phone, yeah, you can walk around here at 12 midnight, a woman, with your purse, and don't nobody do nothing to you. And she thought that it was something wrong with that. Like, I wanted to say, are you stupid? You don't know that being safe is a good thing?
Wow.
You know,
Is that
but
right?
that was that young mentality.
Wow, is that right? Wow.
Yeah, she thought that
yeah.
San Francisco was lame because she was walking around in the Castro district
And nobody do nothing.
at midnight and nobody did nothing to her. And she was telling the person on the phone, because you know, their telephones are their lifelines.
Yeah.
And they talk where if you're within 10 feet of these kids,
Yeah.
you hear the whole conversation. And sometimes you can hear the person that's talking to them.
Yeah.
You know, I think sometimes this technology can spoil some of these
It
kids,
has.
man.
It has.
You know,
Yeah.
and if they'd have had this when we was coming up, I think we'd used it more intelligently. I really believe if I had this technology, I'd have stayed in college.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because I've never been good with figures. As far as reading and English and that type, I was great at it because, you know, I graduated from broadcasting school. But these kids, man,
Yeah, they got mixed up.
everything goes with technology, Facebook, Twitter. Man,
Yeah.
get a life.
Yeah, they got it mixed up. They really do.
Get a life.
Yeah. Yeah, they got it mixed up. They
Yeah.
got it mixed up.
Yeah. I hope one of them see this.
Yeah. Well, I want to. This is what I want to do. I want you to tell these youngsters something. Okay, we got a little time. I want you to tell these youngsters something because see, coming from you, that you've been on both sides.
Yeah.
You know, you've been in the penitentiary.
Lived it.
You know, you live out here in this society, and you've done everything that needs to be done. You
Yeah.
know, you ain't done something. You've done everything that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Right. And I tell people that if you lived on both sides, you can tell somebody something. You learn something. If you just been on one side, you can't tell me nothing.
Right.
Right. So I want you to tell the audience something about being out here in this world and being to where you are now, and you made it.
Well, number one, I made it without technology. But you can take that technology and make it work for you.
Okay.
Because the days that we're living in now, you can be in touch with somebody in England,
That's right.
Africa, Brazil, Canada. You can touch bases with a person on anywhere in this planet. And this is an old saying, but it still remains to be true. find something that you love doing. Make that be your job for the rest of your life, and you'll never work a day.
Right. Right.
Okay? Now, if this technology that you're learning is something that's so important to you, find a way to make it work for you. Okay? Because most of them, what they're doing now, that's not working.
Right.
Because if it was working, you'd be fine. You'd own a home if you was 30 years old.
Right. Right.
Okay? I've owned houses, but they were given to me. Okay? But if you're going to be dealing with this technology, let it be something that's important, that turns your life into something that's important. Leave a legacy. One kid told me, I asked him why he had tattoos all over his body. His answer to me was, that's my legacy. That's not a legacy.
That's his
Because
legacy.
when you die and get buried or burned up, that
Yeah,
them
that's gone.
tattoos gonna burn or be buried.
That's right.
Legacy is something you leave. That's saying that he didn't even know what the word legacy meant. Okay? It means you're leaving something. And what I would like to instill in every youngster under the age of 18 is to make something that you leave be important. And I'm not talking about you murdered Splivin Gay.
Right. Right.
You and Joe Blow knocked off Horace.
Yeah.
That's not important.
Right. Right.
That's what got us where we went.
Exactly.
Okay? Do something constructive with your time, man. And everybody that can't sing wants to be a rapper.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too many rappers now.
Yeah.
If you're 30 years old and you don't have a contract, go get a job.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Because most of the rappers, if they over 30, that means they've been doing it since they was 20 or 18, and they still doing it. But you can't be 35 and spending your wife's paycheck and half of yours on recording time, and it ain't working for you.
Work. It's not
Okay?
work. It's not work.
I sing well, but when I passed 35 and I hadn't made a hit record, but I did, but I was only doing background, I decided that I have to do something else to support my life. But I was getting extra money from singing, but I don't think there's nobody in the Bayview can sing better than me,
Yeah.
you know. But I didn't make it on my timeline, so I had to find another way to get by. And I reiterate, technology is the way of the future. Find a way to use it to enhance your life and your children behind you and their children. Because my grandkids, and I'm a great-grandfather now, what they gonna say about me is, boy, granddad sure looked out for us.
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
You know, and that's what's important
That's
right
what's
now
important.
with
That's what's important.
the babies.
Yeah, that's what's important. The babies.
Yeah.
The babies are our future.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's
Marvin said that, and it's the
Yes,
truth.
They're our future. That's right. We want to thank Greg for coming on tonight. We appreciate him taking his time to come on the show tonight. We really do. We need the OGs, so to speak, to come on the show and let the youngsters know what it really is. You know, we say that the youngsters have made a punk out of sport life and messed it up. You know, and we need the OGs to come on. We're gonna start bringing them on to the show and allowing them to tell the youngsters where they come from and where they are now. Because if you want to be part of this society, you can be. You can be anything you want to be. I tell people we got a black president.
Yes.
It never happened before. You can do anything in America that you want to do. Freedom of speech. You go in any corner and talk and say anything you want to say. You can be anything you want to be in America. We got a woman president about to come up.
Yeah.
Right? So you can do anything you want to do in America. In San Francisco, you got all kind of benefits. Everything that you want is here right in San Francisco. And if you keep jacking it off, they're gonna kick you out of San Francisco.
Bingo.
So you gotta make something out of it while you're here. So we want to thank you for watching the show tonight. We want to invite you back next Tuesday. Every other Thursday, I have a live show. Last Thursday, I had Kevin Cooper's attorney on. We talked for 30 minutes. In 2 weeks, we're going to have Kevin Cooper on, live from Death Row. You'll be able to talk to him on the show. So stay tuned for the Kevin Cooper's airing in 2 weeks. It'll be on a Thursday at 6:30. So tune in, and we want to thank you for watching the show tonight. Thank you. Have a good weekend.